Welcome to Breckenridge High School. I'm Robert Wanek, joined by Brady DeVries today on the I3G Sports Network. If you're looking for a good baseball game, I think we got one in store today. Of course, we've said this before this spring. Anything can happen in the game of baseball, but we sure come into this one anticipating a absolute slugfest between the Staples-Motley Cardinals and the Breckenridge Cowboys. Both teams off to hot starts this year. Staples-Motley joining the Heart of Lakes Conference a few short years ago, and now they are competing for an HOL title in baseball. Welcome to the Red River Grain pregame show, serving the local farmer since 1986. 2 games on tap today, folks. Tentative 4 p.m. first pitch. Maybe a little earlier as Breckenridge has already wrapped up infield, outfield. Staples-Motley out there taking their IO. So we'll jump right into it, folks. We're going to just break down Breck's schedule this year. They are 8-0. Breckenridge is coming into this game, continuing a tremendous season for the seniors. A state runner-up showing in football, first Prep Bowl appearance since 1995. 22-8 in basketball, lost in the semifinals to top-ranked Henning, and now they are undefeated here on the Diamond. Breckenridge started off the season with a 17-0 win at Ashby, and you can follow along with us, folks, on KBMW News Live YouTube, as we have all this, whatever we're talking about is on your screen. Barnesville Trojans came to town. Cowboys came from behind 9-6 with a big 6th inning. Did the same exact thing in game 2 with a big 6th inning. I believe they scored 16 runs in the 6th that day. Swept Barnesville 9-6 and 10-3. Welcomed Hawley to town, 8-1 win over the Nuggets. DGF at home, 13-1 win over the Rebels, a traditionally strong program. Traveled to Pelican Rapids, 10-0, 12-2. And then last time out, West Central Knights here on Tuesday, 13-3. So the Cowboys scoring a lot of runs, not giving up very many. A lot of 5-inning victories via mercy rule. Charlie Krejci leads the staff. You'll see his stats on the left side of your screen. 18 and a third innings pitched. And that's usually kind of what a guy gets the entire spring. So he's been eating up some innings. 4-0 on the mound. 1 for 1 in save opportunities, a 1.90 ERA, 1.2 whip, 22 strikeouts to just 7 walks for Charlie Krejci, the senior. Team's hitting just .217 against Krejci on the season. We'll take a quick break on the Red River Grain pregame show. When we come back, folks, we'll talk stats. State Farm stat report. Breckenridge has 8 batters batting north of .285 on the season, and a lot of counting stats to go over right here on the Red River Grain pregame show. Breckenridge and Staples-Motley coming up 4 o'clock first pitch on B92.7.
Hey, North Dakota State College of Science, students, parents, and sports fans. You can find all the fun student events and upcoming games on the NDSCS website homepage at ndscs.edu. That's ndscs.edu.
Ever notice how people in the Midwest always want the opposite of what the weather is doing? When it's warm outside, you want it cold inside. And when it is cold outside, you want it warm. Thanks to Acclimated Entry System from Bayer Build Woodworks and Builder's First Source, you can have exactly what you want. Hundreds of styles, all designed for the Midwest. Acclimated Entry Systems from Bayer Build Woodworks are the quality performance doors you need with the beauty and protection you want. Builder's First Source is your source for acclimated entry systems and all your building needs.
Folding a fitted sheet, programming the thermostat, matching your socks. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your home doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like finding that missing sock. That's simple human sense.
That's Carlson Family Insurance in Wapaton, representing Auto Owners Insurance. Visit Carlson Family Insurance Agency in Wapaton today. Call 672-6002 or on the web at www.cfiagency.com.
Robert Wanek here, back at Breck High for our second Cowboys doubleheader of the season. Joined once again by Brady DeVries. We were here for the 2 comeback wins over Barnesville, and now the biggest game of the season for Breckenridge as they will get their first real test today against a 10-3 Staples-Motley team. And this Staples-Motley team played a struggling Wadena Deer Creek program yet on Tuesday, Actually, might have been last night. But that team had just 2 wins. Staples-Motley kept their aces in the bullpen, and they're going to use them today, I would assume. And they basically sacrificed that game, a game they should have won by all measures, to make sure they had their top arms available today against the Cowboys. And the Cowboys, they'll have their top arms available too. Let's take a look at the bats first, though, on your State Farm Stat Report presented by State Farm agents Matt and Amanda Frederick. Again, get to our YouTube page, KBMW News Live, and you can see everything I'm talking about here. Cooper Roberts leads the Cowboys in several categories, having one of the greatest 8-game stretches in school history, 633 average through his first 33 plate appearances, 15 runs driven in. He scored 14 times. He has 5 extra base hits. He's coming off a 4-for-4 game with 3 doubles and 5 RBIs. He also has a pair of steals. Lawson Oliphant batting out of the 9-hole. You wouldn't know it. 500 average, 6 RBIs, 8 runs. Leads the team with 6 steals. Jackson Riggs batting .462, 13 runs driven in. That's second on the squad. 2 runs scored. That's because they courtesy run for the catcher. 5 extra base hits. That ties Roberts for the team lead. He has 2 triples, which also leads the team. Jackson Lopez, the second baseman, batting .407. He scored 10 times. One of 3 players with double-digit run, or he's driven in 10, So one of 3 double-digit run producers. Scored 9. He's tied with Oliphant for the team-high 6 steals. Connor Ernst, utility man and pitcher, .379 average, 9 RBIs, 12 runs scored. One of 3 players with double digits runs scored. 3 extra base hits for Ernst and 1 steal. Quentin Lugert, .333. He's platooning at first base with Tucker Snyder. 3 RBIs, 4 runs, had that big double in the right center cap against Barnesville. And Quentin Lugert, that's his only extra base hit. Charlie Krejci, shortstop and pitcher, batting an even .300. 9 RBIs, 5 runs, 2 extra baggers, 4 steals. Gabe Armitage batting .286, 7 RBIs, 12 runs, 4 extra base hits for Gabe, all doubles, and 4 stolen bases. So a lot of steals for the Cowboys. Looks like they have 23 stolen bases through 8 games. Can't begin to count up the RBIs and extra base hits. It's a lot. So the extra base hits actually 20 extra base hits through their first 8 appearances this year, it looks like. So good stuff for the Cowboys, swinging some hot sticks coming into this game, but they will have to face their first top-tier tandem of pitchers from Staples-Motley, and taking the hill first today, it'll be Colby Tappy wearing number 13. So we'll get a look at what the Cardinals have here with this 10-win squad. And Gavin Hofford on the right of your screen here did not make the stat report because everybody's batting so good. He's hitting below the Mendoza line this year, but he's held on to his leadoff spot because he's reached 9 times on error. So he's putting some pressure on the defense. He's got a good eye, and he's actually tied for the team lead with 14 runs. I believe he's batting about $160, and he scored 14 times. So I would say that batting average on balls in play is due to increase a little bit. Some bad luck baked into his average. And if he can get that average closer to 250 or 300, imagine the runs he's going to be scoring, as he already ties Roberts for the team lead. We'll take a look at the Cowboys starters quick while we're here. Left to right in the outfield, Gavin Hofford, Lawson Oliphant, tremendous glove in center field, Gabe Armitage in right. The infield will go third baseman Cooper Roberts. At short, it's Charlie Krejci. Over at the Keystone, Jackson Lopez, Quentin Lugert at the soft corner, Jackson Riggs on the bump today, Connor Ernst behind the dish. One more quick break coming your way on the Red River Grain pregame show. When we come back, let's take a look at the Cowboys' elite batting order, a lot of power and a lot of speed in that. And then we'll also take a look at Jackson Riggs' numbers through his first 11 innings as the hard-throwing righty will take the mound today. You're listening to Cowboy Baseball, 4 o'clock first pitch, doubleheader action coming your way on B92.7 FM.
Your daughter has the flu. Your son breaks his arm. You need quality medical care you can count on. CHI St. Francis Primary Care Walk-In Clinic. Quality family care. Go to the Primary Care Walk-In Clinic at CHI St. Francis, where there is no appointment necessary. Hours are Monday through Friday, 8 to 7:30 and 9 to 5 on the weekend. Quality care close to home. You get the finest care for home injuries, common illnesses, and emergency service. Virtual visit available. Call 643-0747. We treat you like family. You're one of our own.
1 in 8 women in the U.S. will develop breast cancer in her lifetime. Many women with breast cancer have no symptoms, and most have no family history of breast cancer. That's why it's so important to schedule annual mammograms starting at age 40. When found early, breast cancer is curable. 98% of patients survive. Don't wait another moment. Visit EssentiaHealth.org to schedule your mammogram today. Essentia Health, cancer care like nowhere else.
As a farmer, I have thousands of more mouths to feed than the average person. What fuels me to get the job done? The smell of the soil and the hum of the combine. What fuels my equipment? Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster, a premium diesel fuel for the most challenging conditions, better than any formula yet, delivering maximum uptime every time. Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster, fueled by innovation, powered to perform.
Contact Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley for more information on Cenex Premium Diesel. Diesel that doesn't mess around.
Welcome back to Cowboy Field. Robert Wanek here with Brady DeVries. He'll be taking on color commentary for Game 1, and I promise I'll let him talk in a little bit. I'm just trying to make sure we get through all these pregame features. Set to start maybe a few minutes early. 4 o'clock first pitch is the official time as the sun is peeking out now on Cowboy Field. It's going to be a chilly night out there, which brings us to our Grip Fit Check presented by Gripper Sports Store in Wapaton. For all your custom embroidery, apparel, screen printing, all that stuff, contact the team on Dakota Avenue at Gripper Sports Store. Fit check today for the Breckenridge Cowboys includes a lot of pullovers in the field early. The black Cowboy baseball pullovers, they're trying to stay warm. They will rock the, looks like they got kind of a Kelly green, more of a Kelly green on the baseball than a forest green. Kelly green jersey tops, button-ups. I actually can't tell from here. It looks like those may be kind of like V-neck jerseys with no buttons. But they have the V-neck style jerseys with the white and black trim on the arms and the neck, black numbers with the white trim, no names on the back, Cowboys in block varsity letters in black across the front, black lids with the green Old English style B, as it has been for many years. That is your Gripper Sports Store Fit Check. All your custom sports apparel, also local sports apparel, your Huskies and Cowboys gear, right at Dakota Avenue at Gripper Sports Store. In just a moment, we'll be getting into the national anthem, but first, let's take a look at the Breckenridge batting order today. Starting lineup presented by Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley, providing superior quality products, generating a positive return for their patrons. Leading it off, Gavin Hoffert, 14 runs scored this year. The senior will play left field for the Cowboys. In the 2-hole, it is the catcher, Connor Ernst, a junior. In the 3-hole, Cooper Roberts looking to stay white hot with that .633 average. Third baseman, senior. Cleanup man, Jackson Riggs. Pair of triples on the year. Senior pitcher. Kind of got the position swapped around on here. The next man up is your right fielder, Gabe Armitage, a senior. Charlie Krejci, the shortstop. Also a senior. In the 7 spot, Jackson Lopez, junior second baseman. 8 hitter is Quint Lugert, a senior first baseman. And Lawson Oliphant, a junior center fielder. We'll pause quick for the national anthem, folks. Maybe they'll get into lineups here first. Let's take a look at the pitching stats for the man on the mound today for Breckenridge. Jackson Riggs, 11 innings pitched, 11 hits allowed, 4 walks allowed. All 4 of those walks came in the game we did against Barnesville. Has not walked a batter since. So he's dialed it in. And the strikeouts, well, they're always going to be there when you throw that hard, as the catcher actually takes to the mound today, showing off that arm strength. 18 Ks for Jackson Riggs. 1-0 on the year. Tied for the team low ERA 1.9 with Charlie Krejci. Opponents hitting just .244 against the big senior righty, Jackson Riggs. Starting lineup today for Staples-Motley. Number 10, Elijah Kosen. He's catching. Cooper Tappy, number 4 in the 2-hole. He's playing short. Colby Tappy, wearing number 13. He's on the hill today. Silas Clausen, number 15, playing center. In the 5 spot, John Shotsky, number 31, first baseman. In the 6th spot, we have Gabe Decker, number 21. He's the third baseman. 7 hitter is Cam Rick Tappy, wearing number 7, playing second. 8 spot is Ethan Bounds, wearing number 1, playing left. And over in right field, it's another Bounds, number 2, Eli Bounds. Starting lineups presented by Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley. Injury report, nothing to report today. Ethan Schur unavailable, dealing with an illness. Injury report presented by CHI St. Francis Health. And they said Tucker Snyder was going to be unavailable, feeling under the weather too. Could have swore I saw him out there taking reps at first base. Might have been Jordan Teberg, but we'll keep you updated. Maybe he is going to try to fight through it and have a Jordan flu game today in Game 2 if he is here, because Quint Lugert is manning first base for Game 1. And shout out to Tom Thielen, one of the other Cowboys under the weather. Coaches the younger teams. He's watching from home. So shout out to Tom. Good luck to your fantasy team. You know, we both need it this week. We'll take a quick break, folks, as they announce the Cowboys lineups and roll right into the national anthem. And Tavio Hopkins giving the Chicago Bulls style lineup intros here. It's always a good time at Cowboy Field. Back in a couple minutes after the national anthem. Breckenridge, Staples-Motley coming your way on the i3G Sports Network.
Big jobs, small jobs, and everything in between. Heitkamp Construction has served commercial and industrial clients in the Southern Valley and beyond since 1982. They are your fully licensed construction company, providing earthwork, paving, structural steel, and more. Need a new concrete parking lot or roofing? How about a new metal building for your farm or business? Call Heitkamp Construction in Wapton today at 642-5948 for superior construction service you can trust. Call 642-5948.
Dr. Andrea Hornstein at Hornstein Family Chiropractic is certified in pregnancy and pediatrics. Dr. Andrea treats newborns, infants, toddlers, school-age teens, and athletes, all the way to moms and dads, grandmas and grandpas too. No need to suffer with a headache. This is one of Dr. Andrea's favorite things to treat. Did you know sprained ankles can be treated by a chiropractor? Getting your athlete back into the game faster, ready to feel and function well. Utilize chiropractic care for a healthier wellness style. Call Hornstein Family Chiropractic at 701-672-1300. That's Hornstein Family Chiropractic.
Buying a new home is an exciting experience, but it can be a stressful one too. Miller Realty can help relieve some of that stress with a simple formula of integrity, trust, and most importantly, experience. Their talented team is made up of Guy, Shelly, Jared, Lisa, Melissa, and Stephanie. They've put in the years helping people buy and sell their homes, and they understand this market. Miller Realty is a trusted legacy business in the Twin Towns. Put their knowledge and experience to work for you. Miller Realty in Breckenridge, a lasting tradition of experience, knowledge, integrity, and trust. Find them online at GuyMillerRealty.com.
Minn Kota Egg Products proudly supports the communities we serve by sponsoring the broadcast of this high school sporting event. When a team takes the field, there is nothing like experience you can count on to produce a winning season. Minn Kota has that experienced team, supported by the latest technology, products, equipment, and information to deliver a winning game plan for your farm. Contact our locations in Breckenridge, Barney, Kent, Wyndmere, Wapton, and Colfax. Let our team lead you to a successful farming season.
Recovering your health and getting back to your best life. That's what Quality Recovery from Optimum Rehab can do for you. Physical therapist Dr. Anthony Egeman will set up an individual plan to get you to your goals. He believes that this is the perfect way for you to recover your health. What you get with Optimum Rehab is time and attention, thorough assessments, and effective treatments. So if it's back pain, achy joints, recovery from surgery or injury, it's likely that physical therapy from Optimum Rehab can help. So take your life into your own hands with Optimum Rehab. Visit myoptimumrehab.com.
You want what you want. At Quality Toyota, we totally understand that we aren't going to talk you into a car you don't want. Instead, we're here to help you find the car, the color, the options, and the style that you do want. All with a simple, easy, and stress-free approach, because the price listed online or in every windshield is the only price. That way, we can concentrate on getting you the right car. Quality Toyota, West Lincoln Avenue in Fergus Falls. QualityToyota.net. Let's go places.
How much do you really know about insurance? You have to have it, and your family should be covered at all times in case of an accident. What coverage is the best for you? That's where independent insurance agents Tyler Kent and Brad Rivard at Red River Agency Incorporated of Breckenridge can help. They provide all your insurance needs for home, auto, farm, life, commercial, MPCI, and crop hail. It's that easy. Give Tyler Kent or Brad Rivard a call at 643-1623. Red River Agency Incorporated, always by your side.
That does it for the Red River Grain pregame show. Serving the local farmer since 1986. Robert Wanek with Brady DeVries. And as we mentioned before, we don't have in-depth scouting reports here in high school baseball. We're lucky to get stats, or we're lucky to get the games played when they're scheduled. But you look at the Staples-Motley team just lined up on the line, and they just got a bunch of guys that are built like ball players. Short, compact guys, strong in the lower half. Looks like a very athletic lineup, and, you know, they're 10-3, so I'm excited to see what they bring to the table. We already know what Breck brings to the table at 8-0, and just should be a great game today. Jackson Riggs, again, 11 innings under his belt, 1.90 ERA, 18 Ks, teams hitting under 250 against the Flamethrower. He'll get the nod today for Breck. Game 1 of 2. Good chance we see Breckenridge's 4-0 ace, Charlie Krejcia, also with a 1.9 ERA, in the nightcap. So Tucker Snyder did pop out of the dugout, so kind of sick earlier today, but wants to be here with the team, and we'll see about his availability for Game 2. And big thing with him is he's another guy who they can bring in out of the bullpen. picked up 3 Ks in a 1-inning appearance not too long ago. And, you face a strong team like Staples-Motley. Sometimes you might need to dig into your pen. Game time temperature today, not quite sure what the temp is. We'll see if we can get a look at the weather here. First pitch coming up at 4:02 from Cowboy Field.
First inning for Staples-Motley. Catcher number 10, Elijah Kosin.
Elijah Kosin will lead it off. Breckenridge statting this game live on Game Changer. As Tom's telling us to crank the YouTube volume up a little bit. Thank you. It's always good to have a sound tech. No scoreboard today. As Riggs is going to nail Kosin. So free base runner here early on. And we'll await the word from Coach Thielen to see if our audio levels are at a more optimal level after a quick adjustment. So first runner on here for Staples-Motley. We'll see with the lefty Cooper Tappy at the plate if he's going to lay down a bunt. The leadoff man usually capable of stealing, but he's trying to work out that leg after getting hit with a fastball. So it looks like Kosin is good to go at first base. Tappy steps in. Riggs comes set. Tappy will take strike one in the outer corner. Looked like Kosin was going to break for second, but he'll stay put. And no lead there for Kosin as that ball is outside. Kosin just didn't get off the bag before before Riggs delivered the pitch. Riggs takes a look, comes set. Runner goes. Fouled out of play. Riggs has a 2-strike count on Cooper Tappy. And shout out to Aunt Janie for the other sound check on the radio side. Says it sounds good on B92.7 FM. Tappy with a 2-strike count here facing Jackson Riggs. Top of the first inning on your CFI scoreboard, 1 on. Kosin goes again, great jump. Swinging strike high, throw is good, tag is just a bit late. Bang, bang play. Could have went either way, but the stolen base for Elijah Kosin. That was a close play at second base.
Oh, yeah, the throw was perfect. It couldn't get much better than that, and the runner was just able to, looked like he did a little bit of a swim slider to get around that one.
That's a great observation. I'm a big fan of the head first slide because you have control over your hands, and then also you're leaning forward while you're running, so you don't have to slow down. So runner on second base after the strikeout by Riggs, 1 down, brings up another Tappy. It's Colby Tappy. Pitcher-on-pitcher battle here in the first inning. Lefty-lefty in the lineup. That one hit to second base. Nice little hop off the lip. Chest high, fielded by Lopez. Fires to Luger. 2 down. Staples-Motley advances the runner to third.
With 2 outs, it brings to the plate center fielder number 15, Silas.
So good, clean baseball so far from Staples-Motley. They do take the strikeout of Cooper Tappy, but, you got to swing to protect the runner sometimes, and basically works out like a sacrifice bunt one way or another. So RBI opportunity here. Pitch is low to Silas Clausen. Clausen wearing number 15. He'll be playing center field today. And we're kind of hindered by our wide angle here. We will punch out so that we can get some of the plays in the field, but we have the bars on the fence in our way as that one is sent out to center field right at Lawson Oliphant. And Jackson Riggs settles down after beating the first batter, gets out of the inning, a strikeout, a ground out, and a flyout. We'll head to the bottom of the first, scoreless. The undefeated Breckenridge Cowboys looking to make some noise right here on KBMW News Live YouTube, all part of the I3G Sports Network.
Get your vehicle ready for the traveling season with Smith Motors in Wapaton. Right now, buy 3 select tires and get the 4th for just $1 with professional installation. Take advantage of up to $240. and stackable rebates on essential parts. From front and rear brake pads to rotors, shocks, struts, and tire pressure monitoring system sensors. Small town friendly, big town deals. Smith Motors, your certified Chevy and GMC dealership in Wapaton. Online at smithmotors.com.
We'll take a look at Staples-Motley's schedule this year. 10-0 and 5-3. They beat Frazee. 13-3 over Osakis. 13-2 and 12-2 over Pelican Rapids. 7-1 and 13-8 over Sauk Center. And 6-1 over Perm as they started off the season 8-0, which is where the Cowboys sit right now. Then a 9-7 loss to DGF, a team that Breckenridge 10-runned. A 5-2 win over Detroit Lakes, and a loss to Wadena Deer Creek yesterday, 3-2 at Staples-Motley. And it's a big day for sports, as this is a huge game in the Heart of Lakes Conference. 7-2 record for the Cardinals in HOL play. Breckenridge sits atop the conference at 6-0. Perm is 5-1, so a three-horse race right now. Frazee in fourth at 3-2. And tonight, of course, pro sports. Are you going to be up late tonight watching the games, Brady?
I am. Even though I got class at 9 in the morning tomorrow, I'm gonna will my way.
It is Timberwolves and Nuggets back in Minnesota, Game 6, and I believe the Wild is back in Minnesota, Game 6 as well against the Stars. So, you know, you're a hockey guy. What are the keys for the Minnesota Wild if they want to get it done? You got to think going back to Dallas is a bad idea at this point.
Stay out of the box. Like at this point, it's been shown as over 200 minutes played, and Dallas hasn't scored 5-on-5. And so if the Wild can stay out of the box, it'll go a long way for them. And just keep rolling with their power play. You know, you got Matt Zuccarello, you got Kirill Kaprizov, you got Matt Boldy, you got Joel Eriksson. Just like anybody can score on the team. There's no problem with that. It's just the discipline needs to be there.
So every one of the Stars' goals in the series has been power play?
Not every single one, but I think what I had seen it was the last 200 minutes.
Sure.
Yesterday or Tuesday when they were talking about the game, they said the last 200 minutes, nothing had been scored 5-on-5 for them.
So Gavin Hoffert looking to bump his average up off to a slow start, but he has maintained that leadoff role because he's gotten on base and scored a team high 14 runs. We'll take a look at his hitting numbers this year. Gavin Hoffert batting 107. So due for some improvement in there. He has reached on error, however, 9 times. Stolen 3 bases, so he's getting a job done, and he will lead off here against Colby Tappy. Hoffert standing in the very back of the box. First pitch down and out. Tappy with some good velo. Tappy staying warm with that hooded sweatshirt under the jersey. The right-hander works out of the windup. Belt-high leg kick. And Hoffert will flail out the outside pitch. Pretty much the same location as ball 1, down and away. 1-1 count to Gavin Hoffert. Third straight ball on the outside corner in the dirt. Count is 2-1. Tappy maybe overthrowing a little bit, and he'll have to locate to get back in it. Hoffert takes a beautiful pitch, knee high, inside black. Count is even at 2-2. Hoffert looking to extend the AB, and he will. He'll fall the 2-2 back off the catcher's shin guards. Didn't see a lot of break on that one, but it had Hoffert out front, so I'm thinking he might have reached in for the changeup. But Hoffert able to just foul it back. And here comes another 2-2. Inside, right over the shoestrings in the dirt. So 4 pitches in the dirt in this AB, and we have a full count. And that's why they're sticking with him in the leadoff spot. Seeing some pitches. And the payoff pitch is on the way. Up and in, ball 4. High and tight. Gets a little wince out of Tappy on the mound. He wanted it. But a great battle from Gavin Hoffert, a leadoff walk for the Cowboys.
Catcher number 13, Connor Ernst.
That'll bring up Connor Ernst, hard-hitting catcher. Gap-to-gap power. Great plate discipline. Connor Ernst with 2 strikeouts on the season and 34 plate appearances. He'll square around a bunt. Gets it down, but it's foul. You know, tough to steal on a pitcher thrown as hard as Tappy is. So we'll see if the Cowboys elect to go right back to the sacrifice here. Third baseman playing up, as we'll punch out on the camera angle, KBMW News Live YouTube. That's Gabe Decker playing in front of the lip. Pitches in the dirt, gets away. Nice play by the catcher. He'll throw it down. It's going to be close, but similar to the first play, first stolen base for Staples-Motley, Hoffert goes head first, gets tagged on the belly, just in there. And what a play by the catcher, Brady. That was Elijah Kozin. Skipped to his left, picked it up, nearly gunned him down.
Yeah, and while he was still moving, he was throwing the ball. That's not easy to do.
So we're seeing two elite Class A baseball teams here. Not giving an inch. Pitch on the way to Ernst, squares around a bunt, and it is foul again, so unable to get the sacrifice down twice. Now you're in dangerous two-strike territory against one of the top pitchers for the Cardinals, Colby Tappy. Leadoff man Hoffert walked, advanced to second on a wild pitch, nearly thrown out. Nobody holding Hoffert. And the pitch is on the way. Off the plate and a fantastic backhand, actually completely outside the left-handed batter's box as Kozin slides all the way across the plate to stop the ball. Count is 2-2. Taking his time out there, Colby Tappy, in no hurry. Little toe tap from Tappy, and he'll fire outside. Second straight full count. Lots of heat on that fastball from Tappy. Very little location in the early going. And the dangerous Cooper Roberts is waiting in the on-deck circle. Tappy comes set, looks to second. He'll fire home. And it is spoiled. Inside out, he'll jam Ernst, who fights it past the concession stand, foul. Heard they got nachos down there today, and we've got a little bit of a crowd gathering here. Early start, people getting off work. Started off the game with a grand total of 9 fans. I'd say we've probably doubled that. And the payoff pitch from Tappy on the way to Ernst. Hit towards first, knocked down. It will advance the runner. Ernst is out on the unassisted putout by first baseman John Schotsky, but Hoffert gets to third base. That brings up Cooper Roberts. We'll take one more look at Cooper Roberts' batting line.
Third baseman, number 2.
633 average, 667 on base, 5 doubles, 15 ribbies, 14 runs. Doesn't get much better than that, folks. Chance to add to that RBI total right here. Against Tappy. One down, runner on third. And Tappy unable to locate with the fastball, so he goes to the off speed, bends it across the zone. 0-1. Tappy working out of an abbreviated windup with Hoffert on third, and he'll miss high at the letters. Cooper Roberts has to be careful, kind of stepping towards third with that lead leg. It's going to be hard to catch up with a fastball if he doesn't stay on plane here. Count is 1-1 to Cooper Roberts, the 3-hitter. In the dirt. Nice block there by Kozin. Able to hold the runner at third. Outfield playing shallow against Roberts. Not sure that's the best choice. Right fielder probably playing the deepest of everyone against the righty batter. Pitch is on the way. Roberts takes strike 2. Well placed, outer half. 2-2 count to Cooper Roberts. 2 full counts so far. We'll see if Tappy can find the zone here. Roberts will check his swing, caught looking. Strike 3. Big strikeout for Colby Tappy. 2 down, Hoffert still at third base. That brings up Jackson Riggs.
Now batting pitcher, number 22, Jackson Riggs.
Jackson Riggs batting .462 on the season. He has cooled off a little bit. Pair of triples. Hoping to help his own cause today as the starting pitcher. And he'll take high level, 1-0. The good news for the Cowboys, they're making Tappy throw some pitches this inning. Bell tie leg kick, pitch is on the way. Goes to that slider. It's in the dirt, blocked by Kozin. We've got a hitter's count for double deuce Jackson Riggs. Riggs on the season, 3 doubles, 2 triples, 13 RBIs. And I'm not sure if Tappy is hurt. It looks like he's kind of writhing in pain there as he bends over. Might have tweaked something, folks. Stay tuned. This could be a big revelation early in the game. We'll take a quick break, folks. Injury reports are presented by CHI St. Francis. You're listening to B92.7. Cowboys have Hofford on third, 2 down, 2-0 count to Riggs when we come back.
Ever notice how every other ad seems to be an insurance company promising to save you money?
What is with these insurance companies?
Hi, this is Matt.
And this is Amanda.
And we're your local State Farm agents.
We're here to debunk all the insurance junk.
What do you really need to know?
What is a fair and competitive price?
Let us make sure you are getting the best bang for your insurance dollar.
And find out why State Farm has been around for over 100 years and remains #1 today.
Not sure if Tappy's going to throw some warm-up pitches, see if he can work some kinks out. Tweaked something on that last delivery, but looks like they're going to get right back in, and Tappy's going to see how it feels. 2-0 count, big spot here for Jackson Riggs with a runner on third. Riggs crowding the plate, slightly open stance, and Tappy goes right back to that off speed. That one looked like a curveball. Dances over the middle, and the count is 2-1. The 2-1 down and in, 3-1 to Riggs. You know, you'll take a walk here, get that pitch count up for Tappy in the very first inning, but you want your cleanup man swinging the bat, so we'll see if Riggs gets something that he can handle. 3-1. Riggs swings at the high fastball. It's carrying to left with the outfielder playing shallow, and he won't get there. It's going to roll to the base of the fence. A stand-up RBI double for Jackson Riggs. They take the gamble playing in. Riggs puts a pop fly right over their head, and the Cowboys take a 1-0 lead on your CFI scoreboard.
What a pitch to swing at on a 3-1 count. It's right there. It's exactly where you probably want it, and a guy like Riggs can make it fly.
Yeah, high in the zone, 3-1, that's a pitch you want in your wheelhouse. I mean, if you got to take out the axe and swing like a lumberjack, at least it's a pitch you can put deep. And he does just that. So it's 1-0 as Gabe Armitage takes to the plate. Cowboys lead in the bottom of the first. First pitch just misses to Gabe Armitage, outside corner. Cowboys being ultra patient. Tough to do with the nerves of a game like this against another top team. But they're seeing some pitches early on. Another block by Kozin. We're seeing a masterclass behind the plate from Elijah Kozin. So we'll see if we got the pitch count updated for you. Breckenridge already at the 5 batter here. Tappy with 26 pitches in the frame already, just 12 strikes. Goes to a little cutter that clips the inside corner. Nice tight break, inside out to the righty. Fourth double of the season for Jackson Riggs gives Breckenridge a 1-0 lead. And Armitage will chop that down the third base line. Bobbled momentarily, no throw. E5, Gabe Armitage, the scat back, the wing back, receiver and running back on the football field, showing off those wheels, and the Cowboys have 2 on.
Stepping to the plate for the Cowboys. Shortstop.
I thought for sure he was going to have a play on that ball, but I guess not.
Yeah, it looked like he just had a little bit of trouble corralling it. He was able to keep it in front of him, and it looked like Riggs may have gotten in his head a little bit there, moving off of second a little bit more, and there's just no throw to first.
2 down, 2 on, 1-0 Cowboys, bottom 1 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Check swing from Krejcia, a called strike, gets away from the catcher. And I think Jack Heidemann wants to know if it was on the swing or the pitch, because it looked like it may have been off the plate. But he'll get the call. Count is 0-1 to Charlie Krejcia. The runners move up. 2-out RBI opportunity for Chuck. Krejcia chokes up on the bat. Leans over the plate. He'll check swing. Low and outside fastball at the knees. He's down 0-2. Taps himself on the helmet, trying to stay in it against Tappy. And Tappy just trying to get out of this long inning. Krejci will take a sweeper that just misses the outside corner. Pretty much the same location, back-to-back-to-back pitches. 1-2 to Charlie Krejci. Slight bat wag from the righty. Tappy taking his time. He'll get the sign and fire. Sweeper again, sails wide. Count is 2-2, and the Cowboys continue to make him work. 31 pitches in the inning for Tappy. Two pitch on the way. It's high. Chopped down the third base line. Excellent backhand throw across the diamond. And they will not get Charlie Krejci. So Charlie Krejci beats it out. Another 50-50 call. And it goes the Cowboys' way. An RBI ground ball to third. It's going to be an infield single. It's a fantastic play at third base by Gabe Decker. But Charlie Krejci busts it down the line.
Number 4, Jackson Lopez.
And the Cowboys having to work for these runs here, you know. Barely got in on the steal. Reaching on an error, beating out a grounder. That brings up Jackson Lopez, who's been an RBI machine at the bottom of the order. He'll get mixed up on the off-speed. Half-hearted swing, strike one. Lopez standing in the middle of the batter's box, looking to turn on a pitch. Tappy goes high and out. Count is even at 1-1. So a 2-0 lead for Breckenridge, bottom one on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard against the 10-3 Cardinals of Staples-Motley. Tappy working out of the stretch. He'll miss low in the zone. Count is now 2-1 to Jackson Lopez. Lopez with a 4-3 putout in the first inning. And Tappy fires. That's a strike, 2-2. And I think every count has went at least 2-2 today. Most of the counts have went 3-2. Tappy up to 37 pitches in the first inning. Curveball that doesn't break, nearly hits Lopez in the head, and we have another full count. One error in the inning on third baseman Decker. It extends the inning, and Krejci legs out a single to make it 2-0. Full count here. Runners will go with the pitch, 2 down. And it is fouled off by Lopez. You know, Breckenridge entered this game a little bit worried about Staples-Motley having both of their aces, and they are doing their best job to chase Tappy early. 39 pitches, 19 strikes. Runners will be moving again with the pitch here. Tappy looks fine after that little injury he had. And he'll miss, so it's a walk. 6-pitch walk, and Tappy beside himself, signaling something to the dugout. And it'll be the second mound visit of the inning, and Tappy will be out of here. So Breckenridge gets to the front of the Staples-Motley pitching staff, and it doesn't even take them a full inning. 2-0 Breckenridge, bases juiced with 2 down. When we come back, quick break for a High Camp Construction mound visit. Cowboys looking to stay unbeaten. We're in the bottom of the first. They have an early 2-0 lead.
You know the best thing about Twin Town Villa?
How much time you got? You know, I love the fact that they're a small, close-knit community within the community.
That's a great way to put it. The staff, the residents, everybody just looks out for everybody else.
And that's 24/7 attention for our dad. Plus, Twin Town Villa offers a la carte services, so Dad can choose what he needs and what he wants.
Yeah, and when the weather's nice, you can't keep Dad indoors.
A community within a community. That's what we're talking about. Stop out and take a tour at Twin Town Villa today.
All right, well, Tappy's going to stay out there. The first visit to the mound was due to an injury, so that will actually be the first official mound visit. And they'll trust Tappy here to go over 40 pitches in the frame. Bases loaded for Quentin Lugert. Lugert, heavy hack at the first pitch. Down and out to the left, he can't connect. Center fielder playing shallow. Pretty much normal depth on the corner outfield spots. Tappy with an 0-1 count to the 8-man, Quentin Lugert. Tappy into the windup, he'll fire. Pitch breaks outside, and there he is again, kind of grimacing and bending over on a cold day. You know, sometimes you worry about, you know, the oblique. You can really tweak your side, your abdomen pitching in the cold weather. But he'll stay out there and battle through. 1-1, Lugert off the end cap, foul. 1-2 to Quint Lugert, and the Cowboys have done such a nice job with 2 strike counts, fouling a couple off and making Tappy work. Pitch is on the way, and Lugert will swing and miss. Tappy finally gets out of the inning, leaves the bases loaded, but the Cowboys score 2 runs. An RBI double from Jackson Riggs, RBI infield single from Charlie Krejcia. 2-0 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Back in 60 seconds with the second inning on the i3G Sports Network.
Hey, North Dakota State College of Science, students, parents, and sports fans. You can find all the fun student events and upcoming games on the NDSCS website homepage at ndscs.edu. That's ndscs.edu.
Ever notice how people in the Midwest always want the opposite of what the weather is doing? When it's warm outside, you want it cold inside. And when it is cold outside, you want it warm. Thanks to acclimated entry system from Bayer Build Woodworks and Builder's First Source, you can have exactly what you want. Hundreds of styles, all designed for the Midwest. Acclimated entry systems from Bayer Build Woodworks are the quality performance doors you need with the beauty and protection you want. Builder's First Source is your source for acclimated entry systems and all your building needs.
Big doubleheader
Folding
today,
the fitted
folks.
sheet, programming the thermostat, matching your...
Big doubleheader today, folks, is it is Heart of Lakes Conference. Top-tier teams here, 8-0 Breckenridge, 10-3 Staples. Breckenridge strikes first with 2 runs in the top half, or in the bottom half of the first inning. It's 2-0 on your CFI scoreboard. Jackson Riggs, a fairly clean first inning, 10 pitches, 5 strikes. He hit the first batter, buckled down after that. Strikeout, flyout, ground out, and he'll come back out for the second. One more look at Riggs' season numbers coming into the game. 11 innings, 18 Ks, 1.90 ERA. Stat reports today presented by Matt and Amanda Frederick, your local State Farm agents.
Second inning for Staples-Motley. Number 31, first baseman, John Schatzko.
John Schatzko will lead off the top of the second in the 5 spot for the Cardinals, hoping to get these 2 runs back. Riggs nearly hits the first batter of this inning as well. Schatzko able to dart out of the way. A little bit of a crosswind out there, blowing the flag in both directions. Riggs will miss down and in. Riggs falls behind 2-0. Riggs working exclusively out of the stretch. Pitch in on the hands. 3-0 count here to Schatzko. Decker, Tappy, and then the Bounds boys to round out the lineup. Riggs fires that one dead center, 3-1. Riggs comes set. Glove at his belt. 3-1 on the way. 9-iron swing, can't connect. Count is full. Big uppercut swing there from Schatzko. We'll see if Riggs can get him on that elevated fastball. Payoff pitch from Jackson Riggs. And he'll go down in the zone. Schatzko swings over the top. Second punch out of the day for Riggs. 20th strikeout on the season.
With 1 out, it brings to the plate third baseman, number 21, Gabe Decker.
Gabe Decker, third baseman, will step to the plate, wearing number 21. 1 up, 1 down in the inning. 2-0 Cowboy lead. Nice pitch from Riggs, just down and in. He does get the signal from home plate umpire Josh Nordick that it missed inside. Slide step from Riggs. And he misses in again. Looked like he came back in a little bit there, but apparently not enough. Count is 2-0. And again, just off the inner half. So Riggs trying his darndest to get that inside pitch. Second straight 3-0 count for Jackson Riggs. Was able to come all the way back for the punch out last time. And he'll start it off with a strike here, 3-1. Get me over fastball. A bluff bunt from Decker as he pulls back and takes. And Decker will tap both sides of the plate. Riggs ready to rock again. And Riggs misses in the dirt. So a walk and a hit batter so far for Riggs. One down, top of the second. Decker gets to first on the walk. That brings up Camrick Tappy. One of 3 Tappies in the lineup today. Cooper, Colby, Camrick. Got to be brothers. All starting with C's. And he's a lefty. He'll step in. 3 lefties in this order so far. Riggs will come set. Couple looks at first. He'll deliver. Strike. Riggs throwing pretty much straight fastballs in this game so far. Making Staples prove they can catch up with it. As Camrick Tappy digs back in. Open stance. Back foot is hugging the plate. Riggs tries to paint that inside corner again. Brushes the batter back. It's off the plate. Riggs starting his stretch in an open stance. He'll come closed. He'll go to first. Pretty good move. Throw picked off the dirt by Lugert. Tag is late. Kind of a slow-moving game so far. You know, you'd think they'd maybe pick up the pace a little bit, stay warm, but every moment matters against top teams in the HOL, as that one is hit a mile high just beyond second base. Communication is going to be key here, and they'll let it drop. Look at that play there, running over for Jackson Riggs, and he'll get the force out at second. So Jackson Riggs watches the ball drop between his center fielder and middle infielders. He books it from the mound, covers the bag at second, and that is a tremendous high-level play from Jackson Riggs. Wow.
Absolute heads-up play right there. You know the situation, and he was watching it the entire time. He wasn't looking anywhere else except the ball and noticing that second base was open.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. It looked like it was actually an out on the force and not the tag, so he beat the runner to the base. 2 outs, runner at first. And that's one where, you know, your shortstop and your center fielder have priority over your second baseman. It looked like Jackson Lopez was trying to give way to them, but he had the best angle at the ball. And it falls right in front of the center fielder, Oliphant. It'll go down as a fielder's choice, and Riggs goes downstairs with the fastball, fouled back. So instead of first and second, Cardinals have a runner on first as Riggs steals it out with straight hustle to the bag. You don't see that very often. Shallow pop fly to center field, force out with the pitcher covering second base. Riggs delivers another sky-high pop fly. Lugert underneath it. He'll call it at first, and that will end the inning. So the Cowboys, they strand a runner, and they'll head to the bottom of the second. 2-0, 2 scoreless innings from Jackson Riggs with the play of the game so far as he hustles to second base to secure the force out. We'll be back in 60 seconds. You're listening to Cowboy Baseball on B92.7, watching on KBMW News Live YouTube, part of the i3G Sports Network.
Socks. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your home doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like finding that missing sock. That's simple human sense.
That's Carlson Family Insurance in Wapaton, representing auto owners insurance. Visit Carlson Family Insurance Agency in Wapaton today. Call 672-6002 or on the web at www.cfiagency.com.
Your daughter has the flu. Your son breaks his arm. You need quality medical care you can count on. CHI St. Francis Primary Care Walk-In Clinic. Quality family care. Go to the Primary Care Walk-In Clinic at CHI St. Francis, where there is no appointment necessary. Hours are Monday through Friday, 8 to 7:30 and 9 to 5 on the weekend. Quality care close to home. You get the finest care for home injuries, common illnesses, and emergency service. Virtual visit available. Call 643-0747. We treat you like family. You're one of our own.
1 in 8 women in the U.S. will develop breast cancer in her lifetime. Many women with breast cancer have no symptoms, and most have no family history of breast cancer. That's why it's so important to schedule annual mammograms starting at age 40. When found early, breast cancer is curable. 98% of patients survive. Don't wait another moment. Visit essentiahealth.org to schedule your mammogram today. Essentia Health, cancer care like nowhere else.
As a farmer, I have thousands of more mouths to feed than the average person. What fuels me to get the job done? The smell of the soil and the hum of the combine. What fuels my equipment? Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster, a premium diesel fuel for the most challenging conditions. Better than any formula yet, delivering maximum uptime every time. Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster, fueled by innovation, powered to perform.
Contact Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley for more information on Cenex Premium Diesel. Diesel that doesn't mess around.
1.5 innings in the books. Jackson Riggs with a couple scoreless frames. Also an RBI double. Charlie Krejci, RBI infield single. Cowboys 2, Staples-Motley 0 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. And the day is done early for Colby Tappy, the starting pitcher. 44 pitches in the first inning. 1 earned run, 2 walks, 2 Ks. Half of his pitches found the strike zone. It will now be Silas Clausen on the mound. Tappy will head to first base. Bottom of the order here, Lawson Oliphant in the 9 spot. Squares around a bunt, pulls back, outside. Oliphant batting an even .500 on the year. Having a breakout season as a senior. 1-0 on the way to Oliphant. And he'll take a nice cut at that one and miss. And Oliphant's football season was ended early by a car accident, ruptured his spleen. Then he got in a snowmobile accident, and now he's out there playing baseball, so it's great to see him back. And he will hit that one hard down the third base line. Beautiful backhand. Throw is high to first. Oliphant will trip over the bag, and he'll get up and stay right there. So Oliphant trips over the base, and he looks to be a bit shaken up. And I would assume that would be an error. It was a nice play on the snag, but ball hit so hard he had a lot of time to make the throw, just rushed it. Second error of the game over at third base, and Lawson Oliphant gets on. We'll stay wide on the camera angle here because Oliphant a threat to steal. We're back at the top of the order. Gavin Hoffert reached on a walk his first time, came around to score. He'll square to bunt. Curveball just doesn't catch enough of the top half of the zone. Hoffert catches a break. It's 1-0. Would have been a nice pitch to bunt, actually, a high curveball. But he'll get another chance here. And Oliphant will go. Bunt is down. Back to the mound. A look to second, a throw to first, and the sacrifice bunt does the job. Gavin Hoffert. Got to credit the kid, hitting just over 100 on the year, but takes a walk in his first at-bat. They ask him to get a bunt down in his second at-bat and doesn't bat an eye, so it's tough as nails in the leadoff spot. Runner in scoring position for Connor Ernst, the 2-hitter today. Curveball to Ernst, and it's a good one, low and in for a strike. We've seen a few first pitch curves in this game so far from Staples, so Breckenridge may be able to adjust and hammer one here. Ernst will get underneath that one, popped over to the second baseman. He's underneath it, and he'll haul it in for the second out of the frame. Catch made over at second base by Camrick Tappy. The Cowboys, who stranded the bases loaded in the first, trying to avoid doing that with Oliphant at second base. That brings up Cooper Roberts, and one more time, why not? Let's flash his line coming into today. 633 average, 5 doubles, 15 runs driven in. And Roberts takes the first pitch inside, knee high, strike one. Cooper Roberts, a big kid at 6'5", big righty third baseman. And he will take that pitch the other way, and the right fielder freezes for a second, able to adjust and catch it over his left shoulder. And the Cowboys strand Lawson Oliphant at second base. Cooper Roberts with a nice ball strike there to right field, but adjustment made and hauled in by Eli Bounds. So the Cowboys go scoreless, 2 innings in the books. It's 2-0 Breckenridge on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. A battle for the top spot in the Heart of Lakes Conference on B92.7 FM.
Big jobs, small jobs, and everything in between. Heitkamp Construction has served commercial and industrial clients in the Southern Valley and beyond since 1982. They are your fully licensed construction company, providing earthwork, paving, structural steel, and more. Need a new concrete parking lot or roofing? How about a new metal building for your farm or business? Call Heitkamp Construction in Wapton today at 642-5948 for superior construction service you can trust. Call 642-5948.
Dr. Andrea Hornstein at Hornstein Family Chiropractic is certified in pregnancy and pediatrics. Dr. Andrea treats newborns, infants, toddlers, school-age teens, and athletes, all the way to moms and dads, grandmas, and grandpas, too. No need to suffer with a headache. This is one of Dr. Andrea's favorite things to treat. Did you know sprained ankles can be treated by a chiropractor? Getting your athlete back into the game faster, ready to feel and function well. Utilize chiropractic care for a healthier wellness style. Call Hornstein Family Chiropractic at 701-672-1300. That's Hornstein Family Chiropractic.
Buying a new home is an exciting experience, but it can be a stressful one too. Miller Realty can help relieve some of that stress with a simple formula of integrity, trust, and most importantly, experience. Their talented team is made up of Guy, Shelly, Jared, Lisa, Melissa, and Stephanie. They've put in the years helping people buy and sell their homes, and they understand this market. Miller Realty is a trusted legacy business in the Twin Towns. Put their knowledge and experience to work for you. Miller Realty in Breckenridge, a lasting tradition of experience, knowledge, integrity, and trust. Find them online at GuyMillerRealty.com.
PA announcer Tavio Hopkins relays us the final positional change from that switch last inning as Schatzko goes from first to, did you say he went to third?
Yep.
Schatzko over to third base last inning. And the Cardinals of Staples-Motley give themselves a chance to get back in it after they strand Lawson Oliphant at second. Jackson Riggs back out for the third. 2-0 Breckenridge on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Riggs comes set. First pitch of the inning, high and tight for the third straight inning. Maybe trying to send a message early on to these batters. It's Ethan Bounds in the 8th spot. Small-statured righty, slightly crouched. He'll take strike one at the knees. Connor Ernst can't handle it, but it's a strike. A cold day out there, it's got to be kind of tough to squeeze that catcher's mitt.
Oh, yeah.
Probably has the hand taped up, and the pitch is on the way. Swing and a miss, and they are having trouble putting bat to ball on that low fastball. Two-strike count now to Bounds. He follows that one back into the river. It's kind of like their own McCovey Cove here, but for foul balls. Get your little fisherman boat back there. You can make a nice little living. We'll run the two-strike count back. Riggs, straight over the top delivery. Just can't get that inside pitch as he misses. I believe the count sits 2-2. Riggs looking for another punch out. Fouled back into the fence. Riggs, 32 pitches, 33 pitches, 17 strikes. He's given up 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 hit batter, 2 strikeouts in between. Riggs with a nasty off-speed pitch, just way too much horizontal break as it hits the back of the plate, and the count is full. Riggs trying to avoid his second walk of the game. And he'll throw it over the batter's head. So Bounds will hustle down to first. Ernst will pick it up at the backstop. And the Cardinals have the leadoff man on. Riggs at the start of these innings has had some control issues. Been able to settle in with runners on base, and he'll need to now with a 2-0 Breck lead. Back to the top of the order, Elijah Cozen. Cozen stands in the middle of the right-handed box. Runner stays put. Ernst thought about a snap throw. He'll fire back to the mound. Making Riggs work out there to get the ball. It's a couple low throws to Riggs on the mound.
That's how you know it's a cold day.
Yeah, we might not see too many explosive plays today. Swing and a miss. Cozen looking to put that one over the left field wall. Cozen taking his sweet time between pitches to get the signs. And he'll take up in the zone. So Riggs struggling to find it early on here in the third inning. Top three, 2-0 Breckenridge leads Staples-Motley on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. A separate YouTube stream is scheduled on our channel for the 6 o'clock game. So check back for that. And Riggs will miss upstairs again. 3 balls, no strikes, and Ernst struggling to get the ball back to the mound. Good backup there by Jackson Lopez at second base. You know, something to watch if you're a runner, too. Those throws back to the mound. As Cozen probably looking for a walk here, 3-0, and he'll take up in the zone. 4 straight balls from Jackson Riggs. 5 straight balls from Jackson Riggs, actually, and there's runners on first and second, nobody down. That'll bring us to a High Camp Construction mound visit. Once you know who they are, you won't build any other way. We'll take a quick 30-second break. Pep talk between Coach Jack Heidemann, starting pitcher Jackson Riggs. Staples-Motley threatening. 2 on, down 2 in the third.
Minn Kota Egg Products proudly supports the communities we serve by sponsoring the broadcast of this high school sporting event. When a team takes the field, there is nothing like experience you can count on to produce a winning season. Minn Kota has that experienced team, supported by the latest technology, products, equipment, and information to deliver a winning game plan for your farm. Contact our locations in Breckenridge, Barney, Kent, Wyndmere, Wahpeton, and Colfax. Let our team lead you to a successful farming season.
Recovering your health and getting back to your best life. That's what Quality Recovery from Optimum Rehab can do for you. Physical therapist Dr. Anthony Egeman will set up an individual plan to get you to your goals. He believes that this is the perfect way for you to recover your health. What you get with Optimum Rehab is time and attention, thorough assessments, and effective treatments. So if it's back pain, achy joints, recovery from surgery or injury, it's likely that physical therapy from Optimum Rehab can help. So take your life into your own hands with Optimum Rehab. Visit myoptimumrehab.com.
Quick High Camp mound visit. Jackson Riggs will face the 2-man Cooper Tappy with 2 on, nobody out in the third. Cowboys hold a 2-0 lead. Tappy swings and misses at the first pitch fastball. Riggs stays away from the lefty on the outer corner. Quentin Lugert at first base playing behind the runner. Looks like shortstop Charlie Krejci will hold the runner on second with the pull-hitting lefty at the plate. It's a bunt. Fielded barehand. Nice flip to third by Riggs, and what a play. Talk about fielding your position twice as nice. 2 fantastic plays from Riggs. He barehands that one on the third base side, and a Patrick Mahomes shovel pass to third for the out. Wow.
Oh, yeah. And to be able to get that over there with that speed, you know, just like...
That was a long flip.
Oh, yeah.
So the kid is moving well off the bump today, and that was a big out. Runners remain at first and second now with 1 down for Colby Tappy. Early nominee for Carson Zarek plays of the week. And Riggs gets the first pitch foul ball. So back-to-back hitters now after a pair of walks. Riggs gets ahead in the count. Dangerous play by Riggs nonetheless with probably the sure out at first with how quickly he got to that ball, but got to credit him. Highlight reel stuff early on. And he paints the knees. 4-seamer. Bottom-most part of the zone. 0-2 to the 3-hitter. Tappy's back foot barely inside the box. Trying to catch up with that heat. And he will follow back. You know, it just kind of feels like a baseball game, you know, where every play matters. Such a finite sport and 2 top teams together and, you know, not giving anything up. And Riggs will miss inside, and the runners will advance. Big round at third. That one looked like it caught the plate again, and when that ball hits the plate, it's really tough for the catcher to square it up with that chest protector. So that gets away a wild pitch, and big spot for Riggs to try to lock down the punch out here. Riggs up to 46 pitches here in the top of the third inning. 2-strike count to Tappy. That one is laced over the third base coach's head, foul. So Tappy extending the AB. Count is 1-2. Riggs can still go to the chase pitch. He will, in a beautiful block by Connor Ernst. Skips up the first baseline. Runner has to hold at third. That one may have bounced in front of the plate. Count is even at 2-2. So Riggs tries not to lose the batter. Mound visit has already been spent in this inning. And that one is hit up the middle, past Lopez at second base, knocked down in center by Oliphant, but it is a 2 RBI knock from Colby Tappy, and we're all tied at 2, folks, on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Staples-Motley answers as the lefty just outside of the reach. Backhand side to Jackson Lopez. Ties the ball game at 2. Great job out there by Oliphant. That ball was screaming in center field, and he actually went down to both knees to knock it down. It keeps the force on with Tappy at first. Brings up Silas Clausen. He'll take strike 1 on the outside corner. So both teams in danger here of losing their starters early. Colby Tappy goes just 1 inning. And now Jackson Riggs throws his 50th pitch. Blooped over the first base line, and it is fair. A Texas League single for Silas Clausen. Runners on first and second. Brings up John Schotsky. Cardinals in business here.
Stepping to the plate for Staples-Motley, third baseman, number 31, John Schotzko. John Schotzko, his first plate appearance, a strikeout. Swinging well underneath the ball, and he'll take away for ball 1. Riggs stayed down in the zone to Schotzko in the first inning, and he swung over the top of the baseball 3 times. And Riggs goes down there, picked out of the dirt by Ernst. Count is now 2-0. Trouble brewing for the Cowboys here. They've already given up 2 with 1 down in the third. That one fouled off the hand, straight back. Riggs gets the first strike of the AB. 2-1 count to Schotzko. Still got to be on your toes for a bunt here. And Schotzko takes eye level, 3-1 count. Schotzko steps in. Craig Biggio style batting stance, crouch down. He'll take ball 4 high, and the bases are loaded. 2 walks, 2 singles. We're tied at 2-2, and that may be the end of the line for Jackson Riggs, as we'll get another High Camp Construction mound visit. We'll take one with him. 1 out. Staples-Motley has ducks all over the pond. It's tied 2-2 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Top of the third inning, back in 60 seconds.
You want what you want. At Quality Toyota, we totally understand that we aren't going to talk you into a car you don't want. Instead, we're here to help you find the car, the color, the options, and the style that you do want. All with a simple, easy, and stress-free approach, because the price listed online or in every windshield is the only price. That way, we can concentrate on getting you the right car. Quality Toyota, West Lincoln Avenue in Fergus Falls. QualityToyota.net. Let's go places.
How much do you really know about insurance? You have to have it, and your family should be covered at all times in case of an accident. What coverage is the best for you? That's where independent insurance agents Tyler Kent and Brad Rivard at Red River Agency Incorporated of Breckenridge can help. They provide all your insurance needs for home, auto, farm, life, commercial, MPCI, and crop hail. It's that easy. Give Tyler Kent or Brad Rivard a call at 643-1623. Red River Agency Incorporated, always by your side.
Get your vehicle ready for the traveling season with Smith Motors in Wapaton. Right now, buy 3 select tires and get the 4th for just $1 with professional installation. Take advantage of up to $240 in stackable rebates on essential parts. From front and rear brake pads to rotors, shocks, struts, and tire pressure monitoring system sensors. Small town friendly, big town deals. Smith Motors, your certified Chevy and GMC dealership in Wapaton. Online at smithmotors.com.
Ever notice how every other ad seems to be an insurance company promising to save you money?
What is with these insurance companies?
Hi, this is Matt.
And this is Amanda.
And we're your local State Farm agents.
We're here to debunk all the insurance junk.
What do you really need to know?
What is a fair and competitive price?
Let us make sure you are getting the best bang for your insurance dollar.
And find out why State Farm has been around for over 100 years and remains #1 today.
You know the best thing about Twin Town Villa?
How much time you got? You know, I love the fact that they're a small, close-knit community within the community.
That's a great way to put it. The staff, the residents, everybody just looks out for everybody else.
And that's 24/7 attention for our dad. Plus, Twin Town Villa offers a la carte services, so Dad can choose what he needs and what he wants.
Yeah, and when the weather's nice, you can't keep Dad indoors.
A community within a community. That's what we're talking about. Stop out and take a tour at Twin Town Villa today.
North Dakota State College of Science is powered by the strong local connections we have with employers, business partners, program advisors, and local business leaders. We're proud to call Wapaton home. Find out more about how you or your business can support NDSCS by visiting ndscs.edu. That's ndscs.edu.
Welcome back to Cowboy Field. Connor Ernst taking the mound for Breckenridge. Straight switch, and Jackson Riggs is behind the plate.
So not to go back and lament the throwbacks to the mound, but, you know, Ernst struggling a little bit getting it back to the mound. Now we'll get to stretch the arm out, pitch, and then you get your power arm behind the dish in Jackson Riggs. So this could be a good switch for the Cowboys as Ernst misses high. I'm a little bit out of breath. Had to run down to the concourse during the break there. Pitch is in. Riggs able to smother it with his glove. So the Cowboys running into some control issues here. They have been the cleaner team in the game. Just walks have been an issue. Had a 2-0 lead. That is gone. It is tied on your CFI scoreboard. 2-1 count. Up in the zone, 3-1. Next ball would score a run. Jackson Riggs' day is done after 2 1/3, 3 hits, 4 walks, a hit batter, 2 earned runs, 2 Ks. And they will walk a run in. So that run will be charged to Jackson Riggs as Connor Ernst walks the batter. 3-2 lead for Staples-Motley on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. You know, tough way to lose the lead, giving away free passes. The Cowboys got a chance to show what they're made of, see if they can get out of the frame. 1 out. And Ernst will miss at the letters again. At the plate, Camrick Tappy, the second baseman. 7, 8, 9 here. Breckenridge can't afford to get back to the top of the order. And Riggs will fire a fastball that runs in on the batter for a strike on the inner half. Maybe trying to get a little roll ball over to second base for double play here to the lefty. Second baseman, though, Lopez playing back on the grass, not at double play depth. Very curious as to why that is. It's a bunt back to the mound, and great play again by the pitching staff. Barehanded on one hop by Connor Ernst. shovels it home for the force. And the Cowboy pitchers may not be locating in the zone, but they are busting it on defense. Another fantastic play. Got to be tough to barehand a ball, too, with how cold it is.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You know, you grab it, you probably don't even feel that you have it in your hand. So 2 outs, Cowboys trying to limit the damage. Bases loaded, 3-2 Staples-Motley. Number 8 hitter Ethan Bounds takes high and out. Cardinals taking a page out of the Cowboy playbook, being patient at the plate this inning. And Ernst will clip the knees. Count is 1-1 to Ethan Bounds. Eli Bounds on deck. Ernst misses off the plate. 2-1. Ernst walked a runner in. Came in relief of Riggs with the bases loaded. Walked the first man. Able to make a barehand play on a bunt to get the next man out at home. And Ernst gets the offering. Has a chance to end the inning here. 2-2 count. Big pitch coming up from Connor Ernst. And there's that sunshine we've been waiting for. 2-2. Ernst comes set. Slide step home. Strike 3. Looking variety, and Connor Ernst gets out of the jam. Walks a run in. Rebounds by fielding a bunt and going home, and punching out Bounds at the bottom of the order. Staples-Motley, they rally. It's 3-2. They score 3 in the frame on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Bottom of the third, Cowboys will try to wrestle the lead back here on B92.7 FM.
Hey, North Dakota State College of Science, students, parents, and sports fans. You can find all the fun student events and upcoming games on the NDSCS website homepage at ndscs.edu. That's ndscs.edu.
Ever notice how people in the Midwest always want the opposite of what the weather is doing? When it's warm outside, you want it cold inside. And when it is cold outside, you want it warm. Thanks to Acclimated Entry System from Bayer Build Woodworks and Builder's First Source, you can have exactly what you want. Hundreds of styles, all designed for the Midwest. Acclimated Entry Systems from Bayer Build Woodworks are the quality performance doors you need with the beauty and protection you want. Builder's First Source is your source for acclimated entry systems and all your building needs.
Folding a fitted sheet, programming the thermostat, matching your socks. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your home doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like finding that missing sock. That's simple human sense.
That's Carlson Family Insurance in Wapaton, representing auto owners insurance. Visit Carlson Family Insurance Agency in Wapaton today. Call 672-6002 or on the web at www.cfiagency.com.
Silas Clausen back on the bump for Staples-Motley. He'll be tasked with a long relief outing. Cowboys chase starting pitcher Colby Tappy. 1 inning, 44 pitches thrown. Clausen pitches a clean frame. He's back out now for the bottom of the third inning. Jackson Riggs also chased early. He'll have a chance here to make an impact again at the plate. RBI double in his first AB. First pitch to Riggs misses. 1-0. Left fielder playing a little bit further back now, as is the center fielder, and he will actually take a few more steps back. Riggs hits the curveball to third, kind of dies right into the glove of Schatzko. So 2 pitches, 1 out here for Clausen. Staples-Motley in a rhythm. That brings up Gabe Armitage. Reached on an error to third his first time up to extend the inning. Cowboys ended up scoring 1 batter later on the infield single by Krejcia. Armitage takes in the dirt, 1-0. Cowboys just got to hang around to the 6th inning, right?
Yep.
That's where they score all their runs. 1-0 on the way to Armitage, and his helmet flies off. Last second, he gets out of the way. Talk about watching a pitch all the way to the glove. Into the windup. Curveball works its way over the top of the belt and then into the zone, so he will not get the call. 2-1, and Gabe Armitage staying on these pitches all the way through. 2-1, he can't let the hands go. It's 2-2. And the pitch is down, so that was actually ball 4. So full count walk here for Gabe Armitage. 1 down, 1 on for the Cowboys for Charlie Krejci, 1 for 1. Infield RBI single. Good bet we see him on the mound for game 2 tonight, taking his perfect record out there. Armitage, decent lead at first. And Krejci will hit that one pretty hard to left. And at the last second, lunging up for the catch. Out number 2. Catch made by Ethan Bounds. And the ball not carrying today. You know, that Riggs ball might have been a homer on a warm day. Ends up being a double. That one might have been a double. Ends up being a line out.
Second baseman, Jackson Lopez.
So Jackson Lopez looks to extend the inning with 2 down. And he'll swing at the first pitch curve, tap it, foul down the line. First baseman over here will punch out on this camera view. Kind of a unique positioning as he's holding the runner on, kind of. Standing in front of the bag, body half turned for the lefty. Relying on that swipe tag behind his back should they throw over. And another curveball, tapped towards third. Cut off by Schatzko. High throw, and a nice job keeping his toe on the bag over there. It's Kobe Tappy. Inning over. Cowboys go down quietly. 3 innings in the books. It is 3-2 Staples-Motley on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Connor Ernst back out for his second inning of relief when we come back on B92.7 FM.
Your daughter has the flu. Your son breaks his arm. You need quality medical care you can count on. CHI St. Francis Primary Care Walk-In Clinic. Quality family care. Go to the Primary Care Walk-In Clinic at CHI St. Francis, where there is no appointment necessary. Hours are Monday through Friday, 8 to 7:30 and 9 to 5 on the weekend. Quality care close to home. You get the finest care for home injuries, common illnesses, and emergency service. Virtual visit available. Call 643-0747. We treat you like family. You're one of our own.
1 in 8 women in the U.S. will develop breast cancer in her lifetime. Many women with breast cancer have no symptoms, and most have no family history of breast cancer. That's why it's so important to schedule annual mammograms starting at age 40. When found early, breast cancer is curable. 98% of patients survive. Don't wait another moment. Visit EssentiaHealth.org to schedule your mammogram today. Essentia Health, cancer care like nowhere else.
As a farmer, I have thousands of more mouths to feed than the average person. What fuels me to get the job done? The smell of the soil and the hum of the combine. What fuels my equipment? Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster, a premium diesel fuel for the most challenging conditions. Better than any formula yet, delivering maximum uptime every time. Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster, fueled by innovation, powered to perform.
Contact Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley for more information on Cenex Premium Diesel. Diesel that doesn't mess around.
Top of the 4th inning, Cardinals take a 3-2 lead. Staples-Motley over Breckenridge on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Connor Ernst back out on the mound in relief. First pitch is a strike. Gets away from Riggs. 9-man Eli Bounds. An important spot for Connor Ernst with his team trailing by 1 to get the bottom of the order out. Cozen and Cooper Tapia on deck and in the hole. Second pitch from Ernst is high. Not a whole lot of strikes out of the Breckenridge staff today as we take a look at the numbers for you. 13 pitches for Ernst, 6 in the zone, 56 pitches for Riggs, 28 in the zone. Second pitch misses upstairs, 2-1 count. Control has not been an issue for the Cowboys this season during their 8-0 start, but today's a different beast. Cold weather day. And Ernst will clip the belt. Tough thing to do against Ethan Bounds, already a pretty short batter and slight crouch in his stance. Shoebox of a strike zone, it's 2-2. Just a bit low. Connor Ernst can't believe it. And we have a full count. Both teams highly disciplined at the plate today. Strike 3. Ernst goes with the high fastball, gets the offering. Ernst retires. Eli Bounds. Top of the order now.
Catcher number 10,
Elijah Kosen.
Elijah Kosen.
Kosen 0 for 0. He walked and came around to score. He'll be followed by Cooper Tappy. Cooper Tappy 0 for 2 with a run on the day. That inside strike is just not there today, as he'll miss off the plate. And Kosen gets away with ducking that pitch a little bit, 2-0. So Kosen with a favorable count here, 1 down. Staples-Motley up 3-2 on your CFI scoreboard. Connor Ernst comes set, working out of the stretch. 3 straight balls for Connor Ernst. Ernst will take his time, try to regroup here, and fire home. And again, Kosen ducks the pitch. Looked like it was right down Broadway, belt high. Ball 4. Tough break for Connor Ernst.
Stepping to the plate for the Cardinals. Number 4, shortstop.
1 on, 1 down.
Tappy.
0 for 2, Cooper Tappy so far. The lefty will step in. Cooper Tappy playing shortstop today. Cooper Roberts playing even with the bag at third. Quint Lugert holds the runner on first. Runner goes. Pitch is hit hard to right field. Runner will take third, and the throw will come right back into the infield. So a great hit and run as Cooper Tappy moves Elijah Kosen to third, and we have runners on the corners with 1 down for Staples-Motley. Always beautiful when you see a well-executed hit and run.
Yep.
Now batting, number 13.
Couldn't have placed it any more perfectly either.
Colby.
Goes to the right side and allows the runner to go from first to third. And the other Tappy will take to the plate, Colby Tappy. Colby Tappy 1 for 2, a pair of RBIs, singled to the backhand side of second base as you see Jackson Lopez on the corner of your screen shading toward the bag. Runner goes, and Jackson Riggs will just hang on to it. You know, with a catcher with Riggs' arm strength, I'd love to see you throw it down, and maybe even if it's in front of the bag at second base, give your shortstop a chance to gun the runner at home, but they'll play it safe with first base now open. And that one hit up the middle, another seeing eye single. And the runner wants home. Throw comes in, it's off the mark, cut off on the third base side by first baseman Lugert. 4 RBI day from Colby Tappy, a pair of 2 RBI singles. And the Cardinals extend their lead to 5-2 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard.
Now batting for Staples-Motley, pitcher number 15.
And that's why he bats in the 3 spot.
Yep.
That brings up Silas Clausen, who is the pitcher of record right now, coming on in relief. Cowboys hoping for a double play opportunity here to end the inning. Instead, it is a pop fly foul towards the Cowboys dugout. Lugert gives chase. It lands on top of the dugout. Cowboys not out of this game with their run scoring ability. So we take a look at their season numbers as a team. 92 runs through 8 games, so averaging over 11 runs a game. Pitch clips the outside corner. Just 2 so far through 3.5 innings for the Cowboys. 5-2 Staples-Motley. Silas Clausen at the plate. Ernst will slide step home. Clausen pokes it out to right field and shallow for a base hit. Runner will hold at second. Opposite field hitting in abundance this inning. 3 hits to the right side for the Cardinals. And we'll get a courtesy runner for the pitcher, Silas Clausen.
31, John Schatzko.
John Schatzko will come to the plate. Shots go 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. Swings at the first pitch he sees, fouls it into the parking lot.
Pitch running at first base for Staples-Motley. Number 14, Xander Munch.
Xander Munch, the pinch runner, the courtesy runner over at first base for your pitcher, Silas Clausen. Cowboys trying to lock up the second out of the inning. Shotsko shows bunt, pulls back, pitches high. Count is 1-1. Connor Ernst laboring a little bit out there. 3 hits allowed through 1 inning complete here for him. 2 earned runs. 30 pitches for Ernst, 14 strikes. Shotsko pulls back the bunt again. They'll catch the runner off first base. He's in a rundown. Lugert tags him up the line. Good hustle by Quentin Lugert. And the Cowboys steal the second out. Heads up play by Jackson Riggs to throw behind the runner. So Jackson Riggs, an RBI double. A little bit of a shaky outing on the mound, but he did make 2 plays in the field. And now he's made his 3rd play. Two outs now, runner on second base as Riggs erases the runner from first. Count is 2-1 to Shotsko. Shotsko swings up the middle, knocked down by Connor Ernst. He'll pick it up, throws it to first base over the head of Lugert. So an error on Ernst. Had more time than he thought he did, and that'll score another run. 6-2 Staples-Motley, bad break for Breck. Not sure if that maybe startled him a little bit. A line drive back to the mound. He knocks it down. Lugert unable to make the play at first base on the high throw, so that's an E1. 6-2 Staples. At the plate, Gabe Decker. First pitch outside. Control issues continue for the Cowboys. Not too long ago, the Cowboys went 2+ games without issuing a walk. And Ernst finds the zone. 1-1 to Decker. Decker, 2 walks already and an RBI. That bases loaded walk. He'll hit that one hard. Left center. It drops. Oliphant races over to pick it up. It'll be an RBI single. So 2 RBIs, first hit of the ball game for Decker, and Staples has opened it up. 7-2 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. You know, they drop a game to a Wadena Deer Creek team yesterday with a losing record, and they come back today hungry and come from behind, down 2-0. Camrick Tappy at the plate, another lefty. He'll just get his foot out of the way, pitch in the dirt, 1-0. Cowboys will look for another rally, hoping it's before the 6th inning this time, as that one has fallen back into the fence. Camrick Tappy. Slightly open stance, left-hand side, bat still on his shoulder. And he will ground that one to second base. Backhand play by Lopez, strong throw to first, great stretch by Lugert. That will end the inning, but Staples-Motley tacks on 2. It is 8-2. The Cardinals have scored 8 unanswered on Breckenridge. 3 in the 3rd, 5 in the 4th. Cowboys scoreless since the 1st. Back with the bottom of the 4th in 60 seconds on the I3G Sports Network.
Big jobs, small jobs, and everything in between. Heitkamp Construction has served commercial and industrial clients in the Southern Valley and beyond since 1982. They are your fully licensed construction company, providing earthwork, paving, structural steel, and more. Need a new concrete parking lot or roofing? How about a new metal building for your farm or business? Call Heitkamp Construction in Wapton today at 642-5948 for superior construction service you can trust. Call 642-5948.
Dr. Andrea Hornstein at Hornstein Family Chiropractic is certified in pregnancy and pediatrics. Dr. Andrea treats newborns, infants, toddlers, school-age teens, and athletes, all the way to moms and dads, grandmas, and grandpas, too. No need to suffer with a headache. This is one of Dr. Andrea's favorite things to treat. Did you know sprained ankles can be treated by a chiropractor? Getting your athlete back into the game faster, ready to feel and function well. Utilize chiropractic care for a healthier wellness style. Call Hornstein Family Chiropractic at 701-672-1300. That's Hornstein Family Chiropractic.
Bottom of the fourth inning, Cowboys looking to dig themselves out of a hole. 8 unanswered runs. Staples-Motley leads 8-2 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. I'm Robert Wanek, joined by Brady DeVries, and maybe it's a little bit different in hockey, but when you get behind by 3, 4, 5 goals or runs, where does it start when you're looking to manufacture a comeback?
It just starts with getting shots on the net. You just got to take every opportunity you can, and maybe you bury a lucky one, or just anything can happen when you put shots on the goaltender, but they'll always tell you go one goal at a time, just like we were talking about in the WAP game. It's just one goal at a time, and don't think, like you said, you can in basketball there's no 25-point shot. You just gotta take it little bits at a time and make the comeback as best you can.
A little bit tougher in baseball as Lugert swings over the off-speed pitch, because you got to go really essentially one pitch at a time.
Yep.
So you got to be real patient getting back in to this game. 2-8 as we'll update your scoreboard after the pitch, and Lugert's going to get hit in the elbow, and they're going to keep him in the box. They're going to say that he threw his elbow into the pitch. Certainly looked like that may have been the case. And you can't fault him. I believe that's going to be a ball anyways. So it's either a ball or you give yourself a chance at a HBP. They'll go again here. And Lugert will take strike 2 at the knees. Middle of the fourth here in Breckenridge. Cowboys were up 2-0, but Staples-Motley has charged back for an 8-2 lead. And Lugert, way ahead of that pitch, just does get a piece of it. Lugert, the lefty, working against Clausen, the righty. And an off-speed pitch gets Lugert in the freeze frame as he watches that one for a strikeout. So Clausen has came in after the Cowboys chased Tappy, the starter, and Clausen's been great. Clausen out there, 2 clean innings, just 1 walk. That's the only damage. Lawson Oliphant in the 9 spot now. He'll check his swing on the first pitch, and home plate Josh Nordick will say he went around, so Oliphant can't keep the barrel back. It's 0-1. Oliphant, soft liner to second, scooped off the dirt, thrown over to first in time to get the quick running Oliphant. So nice play over there at second base for the out. Staples-Motley gets 2 quick outs. They are in total control of this ball game. Top of the order, Gavin Hoffert. 0 for 1 with a walk and a run. Now has the outright lead for runs scored for the Cowboys with 15 on the season. Still looking to get those hit numbers up, but he's piecing together some quality at-bats this year at the top of the order. And the curveball nearly clips him on the front shoulder. Count is 2-0 to Gavin Hoffert. Breckenridge looking to spark a 2-out rally with the top of the lineup here. And the 2-0 is hit hard to center, and Hoffert finds the hit column. Hopefully that's a slump buster for that young man. He's now 1 for 2 with a run and a walk, and now a 2-out single. That brings up Connor Ernst.
Pitcher number 13, Connor Ernst.
That was a nice line drive to center field. On a cold day like this, sometimes you hit it too hard.
Yep.
Or it doesn't fall, but it doesn't go over the outfielders either. That one was just perfectly placed in front of the center fielders. Ernst takes ball 1 from Clausen. I'm not sure why they got that one is hit to center field, shallow. right on the center fielder for the third out of the inning, and that's 3 straight clean innings for Clausen. 1 hit, 1 walk allowed. We'll try to keep up on his stats. They put Xander Munchin on the official box score here, but he is actually not on the mound. So that's 3.0 innings for Clausen. Yet to allow a run. Cowboys will head to the 5th inning, trailing 8-2 against Staples-Motley on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard.
Buying a new home is an exciting experience, but it can be a stressful one too. Miller Realty can help relieve some of that stress with a simple formula of integrity, trust, and most importantly, experience. Their talented team is made up of Guy, Shelly, Jared, Lisa, Melissa, and Stephanie. They've put in the years helping people buy and sell their homes, and they understand this market. Miller Realty is a trusted legacy business in the Twin Towns. Put their knowledge and experience to work for you. Miller Realty in Breckenridge, a lasting tradition of experience, knowledge, integrity, and trust. Find them online at GuyMillerRealty.com.
Minn Kota Egg Products proudly supports the communities we serve by sponsoring the broadcast of this high school sporting event. When a team takes the field, there is nothing like experience you can count on to produce a winning season. Minn Kota has that experienced team, supported by the latest technology, products, equipment, and information to deliver a winning game plan for your farm. Contact our locations in Breckenridge, Barney, Kent, Wyndmere, Wahpeton, and Colfax. Let our team lead you to a successful farming season.
4 innings complete, and the Cowboys have fallen behind after an early 2-0 start. They now trail 8-2 to Staples-Motley on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Big game in terms of the Heart of Lakes Championship race, as Staples-Motley is 7-2, and we have 2 games today against the Cowboys and the Cardinals. Breckenridge 6-0, their perfect record at 8-0 overall is on the line, as is their conference record. Perm at 5-1, right between Staples and Breckenridge will play a single game against Perm later this season. Breckenridge, as far as the statewide rankings go on minnesotascores.net, as we try to pull it up for you here, I believe they are 16th in the state. Cowboys 17th out of 117 teams in 1A. Staples-Motley probably taking a pretty big hit to their ranking after that loss to Wadena Deer Creek, as the first pitch is a strike, and they are 31st in Class 2A, so they are one class higher than Breck. 31st out of 115. Leading off the inning, it is Ethan Bounds. He swings through the first pitch. And he'll swing through the second pitch. So Connor Ernst trying to get his stuff back here, 0-2 count. Bounds 0 for 2 on the day. Ernst with 38 pitches. And that one is fouled back over the press box on top of us. So Ernst will have to wait at least one more pitch should he get the strikeout. We'll give you a quick glance at the MLB scoreboard in between innings here when we head to the 6th. Right now it's top 5, 8-2 Staples-Motley. Ernst goes for the outside fastball, can't draw the chase. Ethan Bounds to be followed by Eli Bounds, and he will swing and miss at a pitch that climbs the ladder, and Ernst gets the first man out. You know, when you fall behind in the counts, you don't have the chance to dig in and go to those chase pitches.
Right.
So Eli Bounds comes up. Ethan Bounds strikes out. He wears number 1. Eli Bounds bats right behind him, wears number 2. Both right-handed. And Ernst will miss out with the four-seamer. Cowboys looking for a quick inning on a cold day where they trail 8-2. And Ernst back-to-back balls. Difference in this one, Cowboys left the bases loaded and stranded a runner at second. And on the other hand, Staples-Motley has gotten 4 RBIs with runners in scoring position from Kobe Tappy. Cardinals doing a nice job not stranding their runners. 3-0 count here. 3-0 count to the 9-hitter. Strike 1 at the belt. And Bounds 0 for 1 with a walk. He walked last time. He'll walk again. Pitch is elevated. So the 9-man does a job being a second leadoff. That'll bring up Elijah Kosen. Connor Ernst nearing 50 pitches in relief.
Hitter number 10, Elijah Kosen.
Kosen on the day, officially 0 for 0. 2 walks, and he's scored both times. Bounds on first. That one is hit hard to left field. It's going to drop inside the line. Bobbled out there. Quick recovery by Gavin Hoffer to toss it in. So a single for Kosen. He now has 2 walks and a single. First and second for Staples-Motley, 1 down, top 5 on your CFI scoreboard. Is Breckenridge in trouble here? 8-0 record on the line. Staples-Motley up to 8 hits in this ball game. They've held Breckenridge to 3. That one is drilled to the right center gap. Oliphant trying to cut it off. He will. That'll score 1. A great throw by Oliphant all the way into second base, fielded by Lugert. So 1 more run scores. It's 9-2, Staples-Motley.
Now batting first baseman number 13.
Next hit will be number 10 for the Cardinals offense. That brings up the most dangerous man in the lineup, Colby Tappy. Colby Tappy 2 for 3, 4 RBIs. He's got runners at the corners with 1 out. And of course, the Cowboys haven't been 10-run this year because they haven't lost a game. Runner will go. Riggs will throw it all the way through. They got a chance. Oh, got a chance, but Lopez comes in front of the bag and fields it instead of letting it travel to the base. That baseball may very well have beat the runner. It'll be a straight steal, but that strength of Riggs behind the plate, runner not able to take home. And we're going to get catcher's interference, I believe, on Jackson Riggs. I'm not 100% sure, but they'll send the runner to first, unless it's an intentional walk potentially by Breckenridge to put the double play on. That seems more likely. But either way, they will take the bat out of the hands of Tappy, who has 4 RBIs, and they'll load the bases for the cleanup hitter, Silas Clausen. Clausen takes high. Breckenridge has walked 1 in today already. Getting some long innings up here, but it's much more tolerable now that we got the heat on.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like at the Stern Hockey Arena where the heater only covers about 20 feet of seating. And a squeeze bunt attempt here, and nobody covers first. Doesn't matter because the ball isn't fielded cleanly. Little small ball out of the Cardinals, pulling out all the stops for a 10-2 lead on Breckenridge. Breckenridge not anticipating the squeeze as Lopez doesn't get over to cover first, but Ernst can't field it cleanly. So it's an RBI squeeze bunt. Silas Clausen, in the last 2 games that we've had, we've seen some great bunting. Huskies had some great bunting last game. I don't know, the bunt is exciting to me.
Yeah, it's an important part of the game, that's for sure, because like you have to time stuff up perfectly, especially if you're going to be doing a bunt steal or something like that, and you got to put it in the right place. You got to beat it out if you need to, and there's just so many aspects to it.
You know, the Cowboys getting their first taste of top competition this year. You know, not that all the teams they played have been bad. Of course, Barnesville had a lead on Breckenridge until they erupted in the 6th inning of both games. But, you know, they haven't been great, the teams they played. And, you know, this is kind of a tough pill to swallow if you're a Cowboys fan. But, you know, it's got to happen sometime. Can't win them all. As that one is fouled back by Schatzko. Still 1 down, still bases loaded for Staples-Motley. So they've already scored twice in the frame. 3 in the 3rd, 5 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th. Swing and a miss from Schatzko. And once they get to this spot in the order, they got a lot better chance at handling this lineup. Shots go 0 for 2. And he will pop that one up foul. Out of play. So Ernst with a chance to pick up a strikeout here. Double play situation. That could end the frame. Roberts playing regular depth at third. Lugert playing first to home depth. Shotsko will chop that to Roberts at third, and it gets through the hole. It's a single for Shotsko. It'll score another run. 11-2 Staples-Motley as they continue to pour it on here in Breckenridge. And if Staples-Motley can score once more in the inning, the Cowboys will have to answer, or this one will be ending early.
Number 21, Gabe Decker.
That'll be a mound visit here presented by Highcamp Construction. We'll take one with them, catch our breath. Staples-Motley is lighting up the scoreboard. 11 hits, 11 runs. They erase a 2-0 lead in a big way. 11-2 Cardinals on your CFI scoreboard.
Recovering your health and getting back to your best life. That's what Quality Recovery from Optimum Rehab can do for you. Physical therapist Dr. Anthony Egeman will set up an individual plan to get you to your goals. He believes that this is the perfect way for you to recover your health. What you get with Optimum Rehab is time and attention, thorough assessments, and effective treatments. So if it's back pain, achy joints, recovery from surgery or injury, it's likely that physical therapy from Optimum Rehab can help. So take your life into your own hands with Optimum Rehab. Visit myoptimumrehab.com.
You want what you want. At Quality Toyota, we totally understand that we aren't going to talk you into a car you don't want. Instead, we're here to help you find the car, the color, the options, and the style that you do want. All with a simple, easy, and stress-free approach, because the price listed online or in every windshield is the only price. That way, we can concentrate on getting you the right car. Quality Toyota, West Lincoln Avenue in Fergus Falls. QualityToyota.net. Let's go places.
How much do you really know about insurance? You have to have it, and your family should be covered at all times in case of an accident. What coverage is the best for you? That's where independent insurance agents Tyler Kent and Brad Rivard at Red River Agency Incorporated of Breckenridge can help. They provide all your insurance needs for home, auto, farm, life, commercial, MPCI, and crop hail. It's that easy. Give Tyler Kent or Brad Rivard a call at 643-1623. Red River Agency Incorporated, always by your side.
Get your vehicle ready for the traveling season with Smith Motors in Wapaton. Right now, buy 3 select tires and get the 4th for just $1 with professional installation. Take advantage of up to $240 in stackable rebates on essential parts. From front and rear brake pads to rotors, shocks, struts, and tire pressure monitoring system sensors. Small town friendly, big town deals. Smith Motors, your certified Chevy and GMC dealership in Wapaton. Online at smithmotors.com.
Ever notice how every other ad seems to be an insurance company promising to save you money?
What is with these insurance companies?
Hi, this is Matt.
And this is Amanda.
And we're your local State Farm agents.
We're here to debunk all the insurance junk.
What do you really need to know?
What is a fair and competitive price?
Let us make sure you are getting the best bang for your insurance dollar.
And find out why State Farm has been around for over 100 years and remains #1 today.
Breckenridge bitten by the walk bug today. Just 18 walks through their first 8 games. That's just over 2 per game. 4 walks by Riggs, 4 from Ernst. Ernst gets the hook, and they'll go to Cooper Roberts as Ernst will take his spot at third. It is 11-2 Staples-Motley, top 5 on your CFI scoreboard, and that one is fouled out of play. Now batting Gabe Decker, 1 for 1 on the day. Roberts making his second appearance on the mound, and that one is flied down the first base line. It'll be a tough play. Lugert giving chase. No one will get there. Second time the ball has landed in that Bermuda Triangle. It'll score another run. That's a dozen, and the Cowboys are in danger of getting 10 runned and losing their first game of the campaign. Staples-Motley looking every bit of a contender.
Stepping to the plate for the Cardinals. First baseman, number 13, Colby Tappy.
That brings up Colby Tappy. Oh, that brings up Camrick Tappy. One of the Tappies in the lineup. There's a few of them, and he will tap that one to short, and the runner gets over the ball. Kind of disrupts the double play as he leapfrogs over the baseball. Krejci makes the force at second, and that little delay tracking the ball breaks up the double play.
Now batting left fielder number 1, Ethan Bounds.
So there's finally 2 outs in the inning. That brings up Ethan Bounds. I'm not sure there. Did they score a run on that? Should have. So it is now 13-2. Staples-Motley. Pitch gets away from Riggs. Make it 14-2. As the runner hustles home, they will also take second base. Staples-Motley scores again before I can update the scoreboard, as it is unraveling here at Cowboy Field. Started off so promising. Cowboys up 2-0 in this one. They hold the Cardinals scoreless in the first and the second. They work around some traffic, but eventually Staples-Motley uncorks. Pitch finds the zone from Roberts. Official numbers here, 2 1/3 for Jackson Riggs today, 3 earned runs, 1 2/3, 9 earned runs for Connor Ernst. Cooper Roberts has now allowed 2 hits and gotten 1 out. That's a foul ball into the field, left side. Farmers Field here, right next to Cowboy Field. Some grain bins off in the distance in left. You have some nice evergreen trees from center to left. Football field in the backdrop over the left field fence. Swing and a miss, and Roberts will pick up the K to end the inning, and the damage is done. Cowboys will need to score 3 to extend this game. That is 14 runs in the last 3 innings for Staples-Motley, 13 hits. Cowboys have 2 runs on 3 hits, 14-2 on your CFI scoreboard. 5th inning stretch presented by Minn Kota Ag Products.
You know the best thing about Twin Town Villa?
How much time you got? You know, I love the fact that they're a small, close-knit community within the community.
That's a great way to put it. The staff, the residents, everybody just looks out for everybody else.
And that's 24/7 attention for our dad. Plus, Twin Town Villa offers a la carte services, so Dad can choose what he needs and what he wants.
Yeah, and when the weather's nice, you can't keep Dad indoors.
A community within a community. That's what we're talking about. Stop out and take a tour at Twin Town Villa today.
North Dakota State College of Science is powered by the strong local connections we have with employers, business partners, program advisors, and local business leaders. We're proud to call Wahpeton home. Find out more about how you or your business can support NDSCS by visiting ndscs.edu. That's ndscs.edu. Hey, North Dakota State College of Science, students, parents, and sports fans. You can find all the fun student events and upcoming games on the NDSCS website homepage at ndscs.edu. That's ndscs.edu.
Cooper Roberts will step to the plate. Cowboys need 3 runs to keep this game going. They trail 14-2 as we start to the bottom of the 5th. 5th inning stretch was presented by Minn Kota Ag Products, your #1 grain marketing and agriculture supply company. That's a strike in there to Roberts. Hard-hitting Cowboys team held to 3 hits in this one. The loudest hit, an RBI double to the left field fence by Jackson Riggs. And Roberts lunges at the curveball, strike 2. Clausen out there with a fantastic relief effort, and the Cowboys had to be just licking their chops after they knocked out one of the top pitchers, Kobe Tappy, in just 1 inning of work. They go to Clausen in relief, and he has fared much better. Roberts sits on the curve, gets underneath it, hits it to center field, regular depth, hauled in for the first out of the inning. That was the, I guess, Smith Motors key to the game today. Small town friendly, big town deal. Get to the starters. They have their 2 aces available. Tappy, one of them. Breckenridge did that, but I guess the secret weapon today is Clausen on the hill. I have to look at the numbers here, but I don't think Clausen has had too many Ks in this one. It's just sprinkling them in here and there. Pitching to contact and getting the job done. as Riggs hits another one hard to left field, and this time it's right at the outfielder. So Riggs putting a good barrel on that one, but it is hauled in and left by Ethan Bounds. 2 atom balls to start the frame from Breckenridge.
Number 6, right fielder, Gabe Armitage.
And Clausen so far in this one, 3 2/3, just 1 strikeout, but he's only given up 1 hit, and he's walked 1 batter. So very efficient outing from Silas Clausen as Gabe Armitage swings over the top of the tight curve. Keys to the game for game 2's, you're going to have to keep up with this offense of Staples-Motley, as it is clear they know how to work their way around the box. Ball in the dirt to Gabe Armitage. Cowboys down to their last out here. We'll see if they can get something rolling. Armitage sits on the curveball. Candy hop to short. Fired across the diamond. Picked at first. Nice play by Colby Tappy. And Staples-Motley ends Breckenridge's perfect season at 8 games. Cowboys fall to 8-1 after a 14-2 5-inning loss on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. And we'll roll right into the post-game show now so we can get a little break and get the lineups for game 2, folks. That's the final, 14-2. Cowboys put up their first dud of the season, and now they'll get a chance to show what they're made of. And it's their first taste of elite competition. And sometimes after you've just steamrolled teams like that, it's just simply hard to adjust to that level of play. There's no way around it. You haven't seen that speed. You haven't seen that patience. You haven't seen that clean fielding, as they only commit 2 errors in the game, Staples-Motley. So, some of those balls that are hits against other teams, they're not hits today, and some of those batters who chase pitches today are staying put, and now you've kind of seen it, and you'll get a chance to adjust, but I digress. We'll take a look at the stat report here on your Miller Realty post-game show. 13 hits for Staples-Motley. 1 for 1 for Kozin with 3 runs and 2 walks. Colby Tappy goes 2 for 4, 3 runs scored and an RBI. That's Cooper Tappy, Colby Tappy did damage with his bat. 2 for 3, 2 runs, 4 RBIs. Silas Clausen, 2 for 3. Shots go. Silas Clausen actually 3 for 4 with 3 runs. Shots go 1 for 3, 2 runs, and RBI. Gabe Decker 2 for 2, 4 RBIs of his own. So Decker and Tappy combined for 8 RBIs. Ethan Bounds 0 for 4, and Eli Bounds 0 for 1, 2 walks and a run. Pitching today, Colby Tappy bounced after 1 inning, 1 earned run, 44 pitches. They go to Silas Clausen. He goes 4 innings, 1 hitter, 1 walk, 1 K, shutout baseball from Silas Clausen. And for the Cowboys today, not much on the offensive side. Gavin Hoffert goes 1 for 2 with a walk and a run. Jackson Riggs 1 for 3 with an RBI double. Charlie Krejci 1 for 2, infield single RBI. That's it. 3 hits for the Cowboys today. Lowest total of the season. They commit 2 errors. Cardinals commit 2 errors. 14-2 is your final. So let's take a look at Essentia Health Player of the Game here. I'll put Brady on the hot seat, as Brady basically the entire basketball season had, minus the 1 Central Cast blowout, had game after game that was just wire-to-wire excitement, and we've had a mixed bag here. The Barnesville games were exciting here in Breck, the 2-1 win over Central and WAP, and then the games in between have not been exciting. So, after watching a little bit of paint dry today in the late innings, you're going to have to pick somebody out for your Essentia Health Player of the Game.
I'll give it to Staples-Motley. Their pitching staff was just really great after that first inning. Clausen, you have that first inning, it just doesn't go the way you think it's going to. You lose your pretty much ace, you'd say, and you think that today's just gonna go the opposite direction of what you thought, and then your pitching staff just comes out and just gets the job done for you the rest of the day.
Yeah, and Breckenridge has a lead when Clausen comes in, and he's basically allowed his team to get back in the game. And Clausen actually throws the final 4 innings and holds the Cowboys to 1 hit in this ball game. He is Brady's Essentia Health Player of the Game, and for me, I'm going to go with it's kind of a tough choice here, but I'm going to go with Colby Tappy. He fell flat on the mound today, but we got to remember it looked like he suffered an injury midway through that first inning. They had the staff come out and look at him. He was wincing in pain after that. but he was able to strand the bases loaded. A huge moment. The Cowboys could have taken a 5-0 lead with one swing, but he gets out of there. He's a little banged up, and then he comes to the plate and goes 2 for 3 with 4 RBIs. So Kobe Tappy working through a little adversity on the mound. 2 singles to the right side, drives in 4, and Staples-Motley never looks back. So your essential health players of the game, Silas Clausen and Colby Tappy. And for Breckenridge, I'm going to say the same thing. I'm going to go with Jackson Riggs. Bumpy outing on the mound today, but he fielded his position better than I've ever seen, I think, in a high school baseball game. They bunted it to the mound. He shoveled it to third to get the lead runner. And then he also had a play where he ran to second base to cover the bag on a bloop single to center. They got the force out on that. And then at home plate, he threw behind the runner at first. So he accounted for 3 outs in the field playing pitcher and catcher, which is a very high number for those spots. And he also hit an RBI double. So on the Cowboys side, Jackson Riggs makes an impact and hoping to get back to form on the mound. But everywhere else today, he was absolute dynamite. Those are your essential health players of the game. Let's take a look at your Red River Agency play of the game, and I'll let Brady kick it off again here. Several innings where the Cowboys just went dormant, but if there was anything they did today that stood out, lay it out there.
Yeah, I'll give it to that Jackson Riggs shovel throw over there at third. I mean, obviously, like you had talked about after it happened, it's a dangerous play because you risk having bases loaded, and he was just able to get it over there, and just the speed he was able to get it over there at, and it's like a backhand, underhand throw, and it's just not easy, especially from a pitcher's position.
Yeah, a lot of coaches will be saying no, no, no when they see you're 6 feet away from the bag going for the flip, but Jackson Riggs just kind of built different as an athlete and able to get some good zip on that play. And for my Red River Agency play of the game, presented by your trusted hometown agents, Tyler Kent and Brad Rivard at Red River Agency. Let's see here. I think I'm going to go with the Gavin Hofford single. He's been waiting to get a hit for a while, batting 107 on the year, and, easy to tuck your tail between your legs and become a spectator at the plate, but he jumped on that pitch, hit a single. He also came around to score a run. So, Gavin Hofford getting his stick going on a cold April day. That'll be my play of the game, as the leadoff man has, stayed confident during an extended slump, and that has earned him the confidence of his coaches, and we'll see if he's batting in the 1 spot when we head to the nightcap. Game 2 is coming your way, folks, here in just a few minutes, so stay tuned. Game 2 has a separate YouTube stream on our page. We'll fire that up when the teams come out to take their infield-outfield. Final from Game 1, Staples-Motley 14, Cowboys 2 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Breckenridge suffers their first setback. They are now 8-1. Staples-Motley is 11-3, and we now have... So we'll take one more look at the Heart of Lakes Conference standings here, as this second game is going to be very decisive in the early standings. Breckenridge at 6-1 in the conference, Staples-Motley at 8-2, Perm at 5-1. So Breckenridge, if they want to hang on to that top spot in the conference, needs to win the nightcap tonight. And if Staples-Motley can beat them, they give themselves a chance to compete with Perm for the number 1 spot. All right, folks, back to the music. When we do come back, it's a separate stream on our channel. Check it out, I3G Sports Network. Staples-Motley takes Game 1.
Hey, we're B92.7. Really great music. I love